Buckle up, my friends, because our 1939 wheat penny might have a friend. Ladies and gentlemen, today is the day to start metal detecting the project house. And I say start metal detecting it because I don't consider the last metal detecting hunt here an official one, because it was more so digging out a trash pit that I located by the old barn. So today I'm going to say is the official first metal detecting venture, where I'm going to actually try to look for smaller valuables like old coins and jewelry and things like that. So we're going to get the gear ready, take out the T2, and I'm going to try to do some of the side and the front yard, and I think we're going to find some stuff. So I'll just show you a little bit of the area we might be working today. I will say that the house was built by one person, started in 1918 and completed in 1921. The cool thing about that is I'm hoping if we can find a silver quarter or a dime from 1921. They are key dates and very hard to find. And in my 7 years of metal detecting, I have found one 1921 dime and one 1921 quarter in 7 years. They're extremely rare. I can show you right here what's going on. That this little lump here that is actually shaped very bizarrely, very rectangular, almost like a grave, that's actually the septic. So I know nobody's buried there, but you can tell it's been dug up and it's very hard packed. That's the septic system, and all of this you can tell is disturbed. But when you get out to this corner here, which I'm not going to show too much of, I own this entire front lot out until the road. There's an old road that runs this way, and then there's a road that splits off. I'm right on sort of the a rural intersection, if you will. And the front steps, or I should say the path leading up to the front of their house, goes right over here. So there's a lot of green space to cover, and we're going to start doing some of it today and see what we can find. Alrighty, so I started here in the backyard and was going to start heading up toward the front, and I got a signal here that I'm pretty excited about. I cleared some of the leaves. It is a solid 72. Not quite in the coin range, unless it was like a really old toasted Indian head penny or something like that. Has a little bit of depth on it. So we're going to go ahead and see what we got here. See if it's a nice old relic or if it's going to be some trash to start. It's actually still pretty dry here around where the trees had sucked up the rain that we got recently. So I may have to stay away from the trees for now. Go back this way a little bit. I apologize for the sun glare where I'm at right at the moment, and I think that is it. That's just going to be a piece of junk. Not exactly sure what that's off of. But it's light, kind of like old crusty aluminum. Alright, we will continue on. Okay, so right next to that crusty piece of metal we found, check this out. Got ourselves a super nice high tone. Coming in 87, 88, 84. This is actually the kind of... It's got depth on it too. This is actually the kind of signal that sounds like an old silver dime. Could that be what we're onto? All right, well, we're gonna go ahead and give it a shot. I got the bigger shovel for this one. We're gonna give it a pop here. Some tree roots down here. That wasn't too bad though. But I probably am gonna move into the other section after this, because like I said, it's still kind of dry in this section. And I don't want to do too much damage to the grass here. I'm probably not down deep enough yet. I would assume not. Some big roots in here. So let's just get an idea with the detector what area it's in here. Yeah, still down, kind of in this section over here. Yeah, it's dry ground coming up in huge clumps. Check out a little mealworm crawling around there. Sorry for being sidetracked, and I apologize for the shadows, but it's just that time of day. So what are you gonna do? Yeah, the ground is super dry here. Check this again. Whatever this is, seems like it's going to be fairly deep. This is going to be the last hole in this section, with as dry as it is. It's still down there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut to it. I'm going to fish around, try to see if I can locate it, and then we'll go back to doing live. So I uncovered the signal, and we're going to take a look at it. It was a good 5-6 inches down in this really hard pack here. I think this specific ground was dozed around at some point. It's right next to the creek here, and where there would have been a lot of activity and shifting from old outbuildings and stuff. I can see it right there. It's got a little hole in the top there that came through the whole way. It's really crusty, I'll have to clean it up, but I believe this is gonna be a dog tag, and that's normally how they come off. You know, they tore through where the hole was punched and then it falls off the leash. As deep as that was, I'm assuming it's going to be pretty old. Normally the aluminum dog tags are not any older than World War II, but it could be around in that range. I find a lot of these that are from like the 1950s and 60s that are this kind of style. So I'll clean it up later and see what the date is on it, if we can find one, but a pretty cool find. Okay, so the dog tag cleaned up decent with just a little bit of spit, and I'm going to show it to you all. So I called it on the date range. Now here's a little bit more of a reveal, and I'll tell you why in a second. There you can see on this, it is a 1956 Tennessee license. The interesting thing about that is this could have been somebody that was visiting, because this property that I purchased is actually in Virginia. It's not in Tennessee, and I haven't told that to anyone yet. But there you go, Tennessee. It's got some license numbers on it, and then 1956. And I'll clean it up more later, but that's pretty awesome. I started walking here by the path that leads up to the house, and I got my first signal. I'm almost certain is a coin tone. Now it is shallow, so it's possible it's modern. But let's go ahead and see. It's at least in the copper range if it's a penny, but it's not going to be very deep. It was a very solid signal, probably only about an inch down, if that. And it's going to be very shallow, and it is going to be the first coin from the property. And what do we have here? We do have a copper memorial cent, and the date on it is going to be 1978. And you can see the soil's much softer up here where the rain was able to soak in more. So we're going to stick to this area and do a little more coin shooting. I gotta tell you, it is a beautiful fall day out here. I'm going to keep working next to the path where there's a lot of signals, obviously. And the next one's going to be a 65, 66. Very shallow, mind you. Kind of sounds like a pull tab, but we will see. These are the first signals I dug in the front yard, and why not do them live? Who knows what's going to come out of here? a little deeper than I expected. And also, I mean, because I can take my time, I own the property, so there's no rush. Like I'm about worried as finding as much as I can in a small period of time. I'm just out here enjoying the day. It's actually quite deep, so that could be a good sign. What do we have? Oh, that is too funny. It rang up that low because it is a half-eaten special edition Pac-Man zinc penny, and that was about 2 to 3 inches down here in the soft soil. So at least we know there's coins up here, but no old ones yet. So all these targets are concentrated in a little area. The first signal was somewhere right here, the second one was right here, and then right next to it, I didn't dig it live because it was a crappy signal, just a piece of modern aluminum. But I'm gonna keep looking, a lot of targets. So I'm up by the boxwoods here, still by the path, and for all of you who didn't tune into the last video, I mentioned that these boxwoods all over the property were planted around World War II. But there's just signals all over in through here, and I have a feeling there's gonna be a blanket of some modern targets until we start unlocking some of the older stuff. But you never know. You just never know. It's nice that there's a lot of targets here. This is what I was hoping to hear when I started metal detecting the front yard. It's probably never been done before. It's been only a 2-owner house. And this is down in that soft soil as well. And there you go, it's a coin. It is another copper cent. Let's check the age on it. It's going to be a 1970, no mint mark. So that is going to be the oldest coin so far out of 3 coins. The zinc I probably won't be able to get a date off of. And I don't think it has any friends. We will keep going. Alrighty, the last hole is right here. And only a few inches up, we got another target. I didn't do this one live because it sounds like it's in the zinc range. But now that I have the little plug popped, we are going to finish it live. I want to do most of the signals live or semi-live on the property here, just in case we make any amazing discoveries. And boy, look at that. You can tell how acidic the soil was going to be here. That's got to be up there for one of the worst, zinc pennies I've ever found. And it's probably been down there a while though. I think you can see the date on there, 1985. It kind of chipped away, kind of around where Lincoln's raised up. It's almost like a cutout. That's pretty crazy. But yeah, that's what's left of a 1985 penny. They switched over to zinc from copper in 1982, and in acidic soil, this is what happens to them. So in another 100 years, people are gonna probably be digging up fragments of zinc pennies and getting all excited. But for now, they're trash. By the front steps here, the coins are everywhere. I just can't escape them. This one's gonna be kind of 81. So that one's kind of more in the coppery range. Love the soil up here though. It's amazing. Super dark, rich soil. I love it. Let's get down to this, see what we got. It's only a matter of time before we hit an old one, or at least I would assume. But I'm not skipping any signals. Oh, bummer. I will double check. No, that's not silver. That's a piece of scrap aluminum, I believe. Yes, that's scrap aluminum. So we'll set that aside. Oh, was that the main signal though? Oh no, there's a coin in there with it. There we go. So we got out that little piece of aluminum, and we got ourselves another copper cent. Uh-oh. It's high relief. It's going to be the new oldest coin. I love how we're peeling back the layers 1 decade at a time. So in there with that aluminum, we got a 1965 copper cent. That is awesome. And I'm only rubbing these because they're not old enough to have any value. So don't worry, if I find a good one, we're not going to give it a good rub down. But sweet, we're making our way back 1 decade at a time. This is one of the sections on the property I think is going to be loaded with old coins the more we search. Now I'm on the opposite side of the path up to the original driveway. And I got another signal here. It was kind of in the zinc range. About an inch down, we're almost down to it. We're going to see if it is indeed another zinc penny. There it is a coin. Let's try to get out of the shadows here. And it is going to be another partially eaten zinc penny. But coin number 6, I think. They are everywhere. I gotta be honest, I haven't been this excited in a long time. Went another foot away and just a beautiful coin signal. Once again, we're back into the copper range, and you never know, we may start getting into the old stuff here. But this has given us like a solid 81. And it's gonna be at least like maybe 2 inches down. So maybe we could have a wheat penny here, but the ground's soft and things sink a little deeper. Could just be another copper cent, but beautiful tone jumping out at me. Let's find out what we have. Yeah, it's a nice depth. This soil's just perfect right now with the heavy rain we got the other day. And that plop should do it right there. Here it is. Can it be the first old coin from the property? Looks fairly green. It is a memorial. And what is the year we got on this one? $1982, but it is the copper variety. Coin number 7. This is absolute madness. 1.5 foot away. Another beautiful coin signal. This time around 83, 84. And possibly a little more depth than the last one, which is good. That's something we want to see. But at the very least, it's going to be another copper cent, or of course the dimes can ring up like that too. We haven't found a dime yet. It's going to been all pennies so far, but I'm sure there's some dimes on the way. Did I? Oh, no. It's right there. All right, we're down at it. Sunken right into that 2 to 3 inch range, which is where our coppers have mostly been so far. Did I get it out? I did. It is indeed another coin. And once again, we're not back into the wheat years yet. But it is a copper cent, and the date on this one is going to be 1980, and it's from Denver. Coin number 8. The signals are still coming. I'm down further from the path, closer to the road under these boxwoods, and this signal will give us a little bit of shade. But right under the boxwoods, we got a beautiful 82 signal. Once again, in that copper range, right here. Let's go. Once again, seems like it's settling down into that 2 to 3 inch range. We want to be careful though, because old silvers can ring up in that range too, and I don't want to get too careless thinking it's just going to be a copper cent. Very close to this one right here. Just going behind. Is that it right there? It is indeed another penny. What do we have this time? Once again, we're in that copper range, but I think, is that high relief? I think it is. I think we're back into the 60s again, or hopefully it's a 1959 first year. We're gonna find out. That one is a 1968D. So we are right on par to start hitting some silver here soon. Sweet. Coin number 9. And the madness continues. Last signal right here. Went over about 2 feet. And a solid, absolutely solid 82. Let's see what we got this time. Now there's gonna be some roots over here. Oh, not too bad though, just fine ones it seems. Let's try to break some of this up right here. A lot of fine roots. Okay, it's back on this side, which is gonna be easier to avoid those roots. All right, same deal here. Seems settled into that 2 to 3 inch range. Oh, and I can see an edge right here. Looks like it's gonna be another penny. Copper, not a weedy. And can we see the year on this one? Another 1982, coin number 10. This is why you always check your holes in the same plug, except back a little further. There is another coin down where we just got that one, but it sounds like it's in behind on the other side. So let's check it and see if this is the first official coin spill on the property. I'm gonna check it one more time with the detector. Oh, is it shallow in the plug? Or did I miss it and is it back further? We're gonna find out right now. Yeah, it's back a little further. I think this is the original coin that I pinpointed. Then I found that other one while I was digging as I just sprayed dirt in my face. Awesome. This one could also be on edge and ringing up a little funny, but it's right down here, right in all this mess of roots. I just popped it. There it is. We got another coin. And it looks like it's gonna be another copper cent. And the date this time is gonna be 1979, and the other one was 1982, so probably dropped in the early 80s. I love dating the coin spills when possible, and normally when they're in the same date range, it shows you they've been down there for quite a bit of time. Sweet, what are we at? Is that coin 10 or 11? I honestly can't remember. I gotta go check. Well, here we go again, still under these boxwoods, 1.5 feet away. Oh my goodness. There are signals everywhere. One there, one there. Let's isolate one. And see what we're working with. This is pretty cool. A lot more roots under here. A little bit more dry too. Probably need to go deeper on this one before we're gonna get a reading with the pinpointer. Ooh, may want to bust a foot shovel out on this section. More roots and much more dry. Let's check it with the detector though. Yeah, it's showing we're right over target. We are right over target. I may cut this one and come back because I don't want to waste everyone's time trying to get down in here for an hour. So let's cut the camera, dig some of these out, and see what we got. Finally fished it out from under those roots. It is indeed coin number 12, and I'm gonna dig some more out here. We're only gonna do them semi-live to save time, but that is yet another copper cent, and the year on this one is 1980 Denver. Whew, well, these are really kicking my butt. This is the last hole I left open here. I've literally been working on this one for the last 6 to 7 minutes between all these roots. It was down under this huge one right here. And it is just another copper cent, but weaved down there in the roots. Let's see if we can see the year on this one. This is coin number 13. And it is gonna be from the 60s, 1969, and it looks like it has a Denver mint mark. I left the root patch because I just couldn't take it anymore. Came back out into the center portion here between the driveway and the original path. And boom, wasted no time, hit another coin signal, 83, 84. And I accidentally bumped the volume with my hip, so you can't hear it real well. But it sounds like another, I apologize for that car driving by, but it sounds like another copper cent, or maybe a dime this time. Let's see what we got here. Actually, I think the other angle's better with the sun glare. There it is right here. Let's harvest it and take it over into the shade so I can see. What do we have here? 1977 copper penny, and that is coin number 14. Unbelievable. I started digging another signal in the low 70s down under a root here. I have no idea if it's going to be another half-eaten zinc or something else. We're going to finish it live. And I actually got it out in that scoop. And indeed, it is another zinc penny that has seen better days. Coin number 15. Alrighty, I'm taking a break here for a moment on the front porch. Man, those roots have been something else. But anyhow, you can see a bunch of the carpets and stuff I've been ripping out here. And I'll eventually have to repaint this porch. Looks like there was an old carpet right over here. But anyhow, I enjoy digging up these coins from like the 60s through the 80s because I want to point out something too. Out of all 15 of those coins, I can tell that only one of the zincs was 2000 and something. The last digit was eaten off of the coin. So all but one of these coins, the last zinc was 1983. All but one of these coins are in the date range from 1965 to 1985. Or I think it was 1983. So they're all in that kind of mid-range. Now if you're in a place where you're just digging out tons and tons of zinc pennies, but they're all newer ones, that tells you there's a lot more recent activity. But the fact that all of these pennies, except for one, are between the mid-60s and the mid-80s, it's telling you that they were dropped around that time period. So whatever's on this property has been locked down here for a long time, and nobody else has ever touched it. So it's just weeding through the modern stuff right now, but it's only a matter of time before we start hitting the goodies, and I'm pretty excited. Over by the driveway now, I got a deeper signal in the high 70s. And we're picking it up now. Now usually by driveways, signals have a tendency to be deeper, especially in soft soil. So that doesn't mean anything. It could just be another new-ish coin, but we're gonna check it out live. Looks like there's a little bit of concrete, or no, that's like old asphalt from the driveway. And that was down pretty deep. So let's hope there was something old locked down under that. That would be preferable. But yeah, this one's going to be closer to 4 to 5 inches down, unlike the other 2 to 3 inch coins we've been digging. And what do we have here? It is not a coin. It is actually an old, oh wow, It is some kind of old shaker lid. You can see the holes right there. And that's definitely aluminum, screw-on cap, probably mid-1900s trash right there. Gave off a good signal. Something like that could be a silver dime. That's the type of signal you would hear. But all right, something other than a coin for a change of pace. Here we go again. Another coin signal, almost a yard away from the driveway and quite a bit down from that other signal. Seems to be pretty decent on the depth reading. Sounds about 4 inches to me. But we will see. Definitely hit some root action here. Not too bad though. Not sure if that's going to be deep enough to read it with the pinpointer. It is, but it is straight down here. All right, moment of truth coming. Oh, there it is. Flicked it out between them roots. We have ourselves another copper cent, and this time from 4 inches down by the driveway, it is 1980, coin number 16. About a foot away, another signal. Pulled it out from some of the roots there, and I'm not sure yet if this is going to be a zinc or an older wheat penny, but let's take it over here in the shade once again and see what we got. It appears this is going to be another zinc, and it's got so many bubbles on it I can't see the date, but that is coin number 17. Well, this is getting exhausting. About 2 feet away, an 82. So we're back in the copper range. Already popped the plug on this one and have the read with the pinpointer. Oh, I saw the little imprint pop out of the hole. So there is the coin right there on my finger. Let's check the ear again. Right here, it's definitely copper. $1982. Coin number 18. About a foot away, here we go again. Down under roots. I kind of got it out from in between them right there. We got another disc. Let's turn it into the shade and see what we have. It is another copper memorial cent. And the year this time is going to be 1982, coin number 19. Right off the driveway again, a signal in the 70s, and we're right down in some of the old asphalt here off the edge. And is that the signal? No, that's just old gravel. What do we have down here? There we go. It is another penny. Let's see what year we got this time. It is another 1982 copper cent, coin number 20. We got another coin right next to where I parked. You can see when I flipped the plug, the imprint is right there. So it's going to be on the back end of the hole. I heard it with the pinpointer. Let's get away from this side so there's not, the shadows aren't as bad. So it should be right here with a little flick. And I cannot see it yet. Right down here yet. There it is. And ladies and gentlemen, this one rang up 79. So I had a feeling it was between the zincs and the copper signals we've been getting so far. And that is the first wheat cent from the property. Nice green patina, and if I see that correctly, is that 1939. Sweet. That definitely beats the 1965 for the oldest coin. 1939 wheat penny. And that is coin number, I believe, 21. Buckle up, my friends, because our 1939 wheat penny might have a friend. I'm a few inches off of where that last plug is, and we got ourselves a 79, 81, 82 with depth. That could be his friend right here. Let's do this. All right. I'm gonna check it again with the detector. Might be fairly deep. Yeah, still showing down there. Deeper we will go. Getting some old gravel. Must have been a driveway here. Not picking it up yet though. Could be on edge. Might be a weird one. Let's kind of move the plug over this way. Yeah, I think I had the plug down a little too far. It's bleeding in over to the other, where the other hole was. So we should be back this way more. But we're gonna have it here in a moment. Did I just hear it? Come on, where are you hiding? Playing difficult, but that's okay if it's gonna be an old one. Oh, there it is. That was deep. I just flicked it right there. That's gotta be a friend. Let's take it over here in the shade. Yeah, that was way down there. There's our row of pennies. And what do we got here? Oh yeah, that's old. Man. It's turned the wrong way. There we go. Man, I can't tell on that one. This might be a super old spill. This one could even be older than 39. Let me go wash it up and I'm gonna check. There's all the row there. And there's the 1939. I just keep putting them in rows of 3 so I can keep count of them. We got another oldie right there. Coin number 22, and I'll get the date in a moment. Okay, I'm up here on the porch. I got it cleaned up a little bit. I'm not sure how well you can see it on there. This one's a little crusty, but it is a 1936. So a 36 and a 39 in the same hole. That is awesome. So these were dropped probably right in around 1940. That is crazy. New oldest coin on the property, 1936 wheat cent, and he had a friend. Next signal up by the landscaping by the front porch, and we got ourselves a modern pull tab. Second pass through the same patch between the path and the driveway, 83 signal. We got yet another coin. Let's get it into the shade here so we can see it. It is going to be a 1980 copper cent, coin number 23. Back down in the boxwood roots, growling, and another cent coin. This time, what do we have? $19.70 on the button, coin number 24. Here we go again. Another nice coin signal about 3 inches down, in between the path and the driveway still, kind of smack dab in the middle. And right down in there, laying flat it seems. Should have it. Indeed, another coin. What do we have this time? See if I can see it. Looks like 19. Is that an S mint mark? Let me look at it here a second. No, it is a 1976 Denver, coin number 25, and there goes my shovel. I hope this signal is something interesting. It was reading high 60s to low 70s. Very solid and had a little bit of depth in it, to it as well, I should say. And please be something interesting. Oh, you gotta be kidding. It is another annihilated zinc penny, but it is a coin, and I believe it is coin number 26. And it's still in the date range of those other coins, except for those two I found from the 30s and the one fluke one from the 2000s. This one is a 1984. It's crazy. You can see how they chip away right on the side of Lincoln and kind of wrap around his head. That's pretty crazy. I've never seen them like this before, but as you could see, there was a piece in my hand that just fell out. But it's pretty crazy. 1984. Let's add it to the board. I now came back onto the other side of the path where I started, and I'm down further. I have not been in this area yet, so hopefully maybe the coins will start getting older over here. But another solid signal. It's in the clod here and it's windy, so I'm going to run over here and we're going to check it out over here in the shade by the board. What do we got? This is going to be another copper cent. Unbelievable. How many are there? And it is another 1982. So many of these coins from the early 80s. And that is coin number 27. About a yard away, another coin signal. Here it is. Let's head over to the board again and see what we have. This is unbelievable. Two oldies so far too, so they're mixed in. Coin number 28 is gonna be a 1980 copper cent. Let's start putting them 4 deep. Not gonna lie, I'm excited about this target. It seemed out of the ordinary, kind of in the bouncing between the 60s and 70s, but it's deep. So please, let it be getting into the older stuff on this side. What do we have? Some gravel down here. Thought I just saw something round. Oh, is it a coin? No way. I can see from the back already. That's a wheat cent. That was deep. Let's go over by the board. Oh, I almost just walked right into the boxwood. What do we have here? That is a toasty wheat cent. Ooh. Oh my. Is that a 1916 S? Man. I'm gonna have to clean it up a bit. I think it is. That would be a decent earlier date. I wouldn't call it super rare. Wow. I'm gonna have to get my brush out. This is sweet. Looks like we may have the first coin that's gonna predate the house. Could have been dropped around the time it was built. That is awesome. So I brushed it off a little bit and checked it closely. I believe it's gonna be a 1916 Denver, which is a little bit uncommon and awesome for an early cent. I thought for a moment it might be a 1910, but there were no Denver coins in 1910 and the curves just don't look right. So that's going to be a 1916 Denver, and if I remember, I'll put the mintage across the screen. But not a coin that pops up a whole lot. And that right there is 103 years old, and that is coin number 29. I have no idea. Let's count. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 28, and coin number 29. Oh yes, we're going in live. Only about 2 feet or so away from that 1916D weed cent, and we got a slamming 83. Good depth on it as well. Could it be another old coin? Now, it doesn't sound as deep and as faint on the numbers like that last one. So this could be another copper cent or maybe a more modern wheat penny than that one from maybe around World War II. That would be the hopes. Or of course, silver is the hopes. But we haven't found anything other than a penny yet, which is insane. I just flicked it out right there. It looks bent. But let's go ahead and take it over by the board and see what we got here. What do we have here? Man, that thing is bent. I don't think it was quite, nah, it definitely wasn't shot. What do we got there? Copper cent, another 1982 with a severe puncture wound on Lincoln. But it is coin number 30. A few feet over, another penny signal. I cut the plug, we're gonna do it live. Ringing up 83-ish again. Very solid, a few inches down. And there it is. Once again, we're just gonna do this every time. Run it over here so I can see and add it to the board. It appears it's just gonna be another copper cent this time. This time 1981. That is coin number, I'm losing track, 32 I believe, or 31, you get the idea. Another few seconds, another coin, check the imprint, should be right here. Yeah, it should be on this end of the plug. It's got to be right here. There's the other end of the imprint, but where is the coin? There it is, and I counted. We're on coin number 32, this one right here. And I think I see the memorial in the back. I do, but I like to pull the date since I have been so far, because they've all been in that same range. This one, I don't know if we can see it on there. Wait, that's a tricky one. I want to say it looks like 77, but I could be mistaken. But we do know it's a copper cent, so no big deal. Coin number 32. This is crazy. They're not even slowing down in the side yard. There's signal smeared all over here. Let's take it over. I'm going to try to speed up this process. This is coin number 33, and it is a 1982. And if you're burning to know, I cleaned off the last one, and it was 1974. Well, this was an easy one. I flipped my plug, and the coin fell off of my shovel. You can see the imprint right there. So coin number 34. And while we're going over to the board, can we see the date? It is 1970. something. Number 34. About a foot away from the last one, right here, we got coin number 35, and this one, I believe with how crusty as crusty as it is going to be a Zinky. Coin number 35, and the last one ended up being a 1971. This one's probably mid-1980s. Another 2 feet down right here. I mean 2 feet down from the last signal. The signal was obviously not 2 feet down. Can't see anything on it yet, but it's going to be coin number 36. And sooner than later we'll start hitting more old ones, but there's so many of these right here. And that one is another memorial, and more it's quite dirty compared to the other ones. So there it is. Coin number, oh, it's got to be 36. Yes, coin number 36. I think I'm going to slug it out until I hit 50 coins. It's been a long time since I've dug 50 coins out this fast of a property. I'm super stoked that it's like a little treasure trove here. I had a gut feeling on the property, which is one of the reasons I was very excited when I purchased it. So let's have a drink break and go slug it out. Next hole, same area, another nice low 80 signal. What do we have here? And I'm gonna stop running over to the board. I don't know if it's annoying or not, but I'm having fun. And that is another copper cent, coin number 37. A foot away, another copper cent. The last one was 1981, I cleaned it off. And this one I can't see the date on, but it's coin number 38. So I'm right here by the snake pit where that tree's all rotted out, down underneath the ground. And another signal. This is just insanity. There it is. Coin number 39, and is this one old? It's another 1982. I thought getting further away from the driveway the signals would start to thin out. It's been the opposite. The further I get down this side yard by these boxwoods, the more coin signals almost every other sweep. But here it is. You can see the rim right there. Another, what appears to be a copper cent. I can't see the date, but it is just a memorial, and that is coin number 40. 10 more to 50. Another signal about a yard away. Down at it here, what do we have? Another copper cent. Should be able to see the date on this one. It looks pretty clean. 1976, coin number 41. Finally something other than a coin. A piece of aluminum. And actually I didn't pick it up yet, but right under these boxwoods here, there's a piece of modern aluminum here. Very lightweight, not sure what that came off of, but yeah, check this out. So there's 2 pieces of trash right there. And apart from that whole mess of coins, these are the only non-coin targets today. 3 pieces of aluminum right here, a pull tab, 4 pieces of aluminum, and technically 5 because the pull tab is also. And technically this is aluminum also. So okay, we only have 3 metals today so far. We have copper, we have zinc, and we have aluminum. Now let's get some silver. Still right next to this line of boxwoods here, getting close to the intersection, and this one is right in that 79-80 range, which could be a wheat cent. Could be. That's how one of the last ones I dug up rang. It's just right in between that zinc and the newer copper cent range. So we'll check it live, just in case. Now it may not even be a coin, but we'll see. I have my hopes that this one is going to be older, if it is, but who knows. Okay, we got it here somewhere. Is it a coin? Oh, there it is. It appears to be a coin. Let's take it over by the board. I think this one might be a wheat cent. You can see it's taking me further to walk over here now as I make my way down the yard there. But yeah, it seems very consistent. The 70s and 80s coppers are ringing up 82, 83. The zincs are in the 70s, and the wheat pennies are ringing up right around 79, 80, right in the middle. And I can't tell. This one is really caked. Yes, indeedy, I see wheat ears on the back. We got ourselves the 4th wheat penny. And I have no idea what coin number that is. I think 42. Awesome. I'll clean it up and let you know. Wow, so an unexpected surprise right here. It looks like it's got a lot of detail under the corrosion there. You can see linking quite well. But look at that as it dries off. 1926. That's crazy. So, like, we just skipped the World War II era coins and the Wheaties from the 1950s. That's crazy. We've been going from the late 60s to the mid 80s and then warping back from like 1916 up until 1939. That is crazy. You can see the curve there at the end. It's definitely a 6. 1926. Coin number 42. Unbelievable. I had a signal here that I was pretty sure was going to be a larger piece of iron, but it rang in so good I wanted to dig it up. And that's super heavy. I have to double check this later. That might just be a piece of a horseshoe, but that's kind of heavier than usual. I'm not sure, but something other than a coin. It's something other than aluminum, copper, or zinc. We will now add iron to the list. This signal's in the low 60s. I already cut the plug. Want to do it live in case, you know, never know. Could be an old nickel ringing up funny. I would really like to get something other than a penny, but hey, some of them are old, so you can't complain. 42 coins. It's just crazy that between the modern ones and the old ones, I haven't found a nickel or a dime. That's just bizarre. But anyway, let's see what this low 60s signal is. That had a little bit of depth. Most of the targets here is not like super modern trash. It's all stuff that's 1980s and earlier. Is that it right here? Huh. That's not super heavy. I don't think that's lead. It might be. It's small enough. If it is, we'll add it to the 5th metal. It'll be the 5th metal, primary metal of the day. Actually, I think it is. I think it's a tiny little lump of lead. And that shows some age right there. Now let's get some silver or gold. Okay, another coin signal. The pinpointer was reading it right down here. And is this it? Oh, it is. It's not a coin. Little piece of copper right there. Moving on. Back close up to the snake pit right now. And it looks like we're going to have coin number 43. And this is the patch where there were loads of the copper cents. So that one's probably 70s or early 80s. It's low relief. But it is coin number 43. Still by the snake pit, another 1.5 feet up. And a more shallow one in the plug here. So probably another copper cent. And it is. I see the memorial on the back. Coin number 44, and I can actually see the date on this one. That one's going to be 1971. The ground's easy to dig between these boxwoods right here that I'm crawling underneath and the snake pit because this dead tree, all the roots are decomposing, so not bad. But anyway, flip the plug right here. Still getting a ton of these signals. And coin number 46, we got a 1972 copper penny. Somewhere along the line I miscounted. That last one is coin number 45. One more row and we'll be at the big 5-0. I'm crawling under these boxwoods now because there is coins under here. Still signals everywhere. Right under the surface here, another copper cent. Coin number 46. I might just get to 50 from crawling on my hands and knees under here. Around the other side of the boxwoods, heading back toward the path around the other side. I was right around this corner here a second ago. Another solid signal, 2 inches down. Coin number 47, and it is another copper cent. Low relief, so once again, it's gonna be 1969 to 1982. Still by the snake pit here. A moment ago, I just dug another piece of aluminum. Got a signal here in the 70s. It rang in quite solid, and it popped right there. It actually is a coin. And it's gonna be a zinc penny, that's why it rang up lower. Corroded as usual. Coin number 48. Still skirting the edge of these boxwoods. It looks like we got coin number 49. And maybe I'll talk about it more in the future, but there are some reasons why people put different things like zinc and copper in and around plants. Copper actually repels slugs. Now, that's not gonna be very effective with pennies that they can crawl around. And for the zinc coins, the newer ones, zinc can help, you know, vegetables and stuff like that grow, but you know, why would they be around boxwoods? I don't know if that has anything to do with it. If all of these pennies were tossed around, you know, the boxwoods for a specific reason, because I'm finding them up by the front steps, in the middle of the yard, in the side of the yard, out by the road. It's hard to tell. There could be a lot of different reasons, but there it is, coin number 49, only an inch down there, 1972. Okay, I'm back over where I found that 1926 wheat cent down in here under this boxwood. And semi-live, we're gonna do coin number 50. Oh, actually it's right there. Coin number 50 is going to be a 1970 copper cent. Unbelievable. Let's go show the board. The question is, do I stop here or do I keep going? It's just madness. Been out here digging for quite a long time now. There it is. 10 rows of 5. 50 pennies ranging from 1916 to 2000 and something. And I couldn't even find a single nickel or a dime. That is crazy. Okay, the sun moved around this side of the house, so I'm back in the shade here, kind of around where I parked between the path up to the house and the driveway again. Still signals coming out. It's crazy. So we'll see if this one's older or just another one of them copper cents. And right there, coin number 51, 1979 copper penny. Well, I can tell you all, it looks like someday we're gonna have to rip up the landscaping here. The plastic they got down, because I even came in here. That's like a quarter signal. $65. There's like a copper penny signal. Some kind of iron or junk under there. That one I can dig out. Ooh, that sounds pretty good. We're gonna get that one in a moment. Keep your eye on that one. Overload signal there. Could be a pipe of some sort. Huh, unbelievable. But yeah, let's get that one now. Oh, let's keep it rolling. I'm gonna get my shovel. This one sounds pretty good, actually. Sounds higher than those copper pennies. Let's go for it. Sounds really good. Probably should have used a foot shovel for this one. A little tricky getting under here. Oh man, look at that rich soil. Liking that. Looks like it's going to be right on top here. Where are you hiding? So yeah, it wasn't that deep, whatever it is. That couldn't have been it. Little nail there, let's stick that in the ground. Yeah, the main signal's down further. I knew that couldn't have been it. But you get a lot of trash once you get up along the side of the house. Let's see where we're at here. Yeah, there's still something down there for sure. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of nails in here. Hopefully that's not what the signal is. Another signal here. Could it just been a pile of nails that gave off that good signal? Could it have been? I sure hope not. Well, that may be the case, but I'm going to check the hole again good, and if we pull something good out, I'll let you know. Yes, indeed, there was a coin in there. It's just my pinpointer battery's dying. I already changed it. I have 2 low batteries, and it was in this little clod here in our pile, and we didn't get it when we scanned it. Look at that. It is a coin down there, though. But again, it's just a copper cent. Unbelievable. There's so many of these. And that one is 1973 or something. But yeah, down in there about 4 inches in that soft soil right next to those 2 nails. 1975 and 2 nails. I keep coming out into the sun because it's actually a little bit chilly in the shade going into evening here. Still by the driveway. I got a signal. That 1930s coin spill we found earlier was right along this edge. And this is a deep one, and it rang right in that 79-80 range, like the older wheats were ringing up. It's actually quite deep. I know you can't see down there. So this one I'm just gonna, if we get it out, I'm just gonna pluck it and change the lighting angle so everybody can see it. Is it in the pile? No. There it is, right down on top of it there. Oh yeah, I see the 1 cent right by the driveway. About 5 inches down. I gotta change my camera battery. But coin number 53 is gonna be a wheat cent. It looks like a good strike, so it's probably our first one from the 1940s or 1950s. And there it is. It's a really clean one, preserved down in that old gravel from the driveway. 1953 Denver. Wheat penny number 5. Coin number 53. Unbelievable. Okay, I marked the signal for later when the shadows are better on that side of the yard. I put my shovel right over there by the driveway where something sounds like it could be a potentially very deep silver coin, and something interesting I also want to show over there, but the shadows are really bad right now. I came on the corner of the house, kind of where I started, up through this way is when I started hitting the coins. And we got a signal, could be something interesting. It's mid-60s, or mid-70s, excuse me. A little bit of depth. Accidentally bumped the volume again. Now this could just be another, like a 3-inch zinc penny, but we'll find out. I may have to go over there and grab my hand shovel. Wasn't even thinking. Let's try to get this out here all in one piece. There we go. See what we got. This is going to be easy to find. Shovel will not be necessary. And that is it there. Piece of aluminum. I'm going to do these live because I'm down quite far now. Let's turn the volume up. I'm down quite far in the yard now, and I don't know if those 70s and 80s and 60s copper pennies have made it this far down, because I haven't tried out this patch yet. So we're going to try, just in case this is an older coin, do it fully live. We will find out. There it is right there. And it is a copper cent. That is crazy. They're just all over the place. 1975. And that is coin, I believe, number 54. Just so much stuff now. Surprisingly, not a lot of trash. But there it is. Coin number 54. Some aluminum, a little bit of iron, tiny piece of lead. And that's about what we got. Now this one could be an oldie. A deeper signal that's more scratchy. Very scratchy that way. Not a very strong signal. Let's try this one live. This could be an old coin right here. Definitely could. Only a couple feet away from that copper one. See what we got. Might have to go deeper than this. Yeah, I'm gonna try going down a little bit deeper. I don't think we went far enough down on that one yet. Let's see if that did the trick. Of course, my half-dead pinpointer isn't helping the cause any. It's gonna be slightly over this way. I want to widen it just in case it's something really good so I don't scratch it. It's always safe to widen the hole. Safer to do that because it does seem like it's gonna be a deep one. I hate this on the live ones though when my pinpointer isn't working good. It takes so much longer. Where are we at? Hate to do this, but I'm gonna have to cut it and get back to you. I don't want this to take forever. All right, well this hole was much more of a mess than it had to be, but you can see here, in this section of the yard, the ground is still extremely dry, and I'm gonna be killing a little bit of my grass, so this is probably the last deep target I'm gonna do in this section and wait for some rain. But it was straight down in the hole, kind of off a little bit to the right side where I dug. I just had to go deeper and deeper. Ran over to get my hand shovel and covered the edge of it right here. It doesn't look silver, but that one there, man, that was 7 inches in this dry ground. Surprised how well I picked it up. Man, look how toasty that is. It's not zinc though. That is an old penny. Super old. It doesn't quite look like the edge of an Indian, but could it be? Big bubble on it there. Not sure, but yeah, that's definitely gonna be an old one. At least a wheat penny. Let me clean it up and see if I can make anything out on it. No way. I cleaned it up a little bit on the reverse where it was all bubbly. Actually, I wasn't sure which side it was. Can't believe it. It's actually an Indian head cent. You can see right here at the top, facing north, you can see the shield and the wreath kind of coming along the edge there, and maybe the beginnings of the letters ON for 1 cent. Unbelievable. Well, this predates the house when they started building it by at least 8 years. Naturally, they could have still had them on them. Started building this in 1918, and at the very newest, this is going to be 1909. but it's probably older than that because the 1909s are a little bit uncommon. So let me work on this a minute, see if we can pull a date. Rubbing it or, you know, wetting it down is not going to make it worth any less because it's really bubbled up and corroded in bad condition. But coin number 55, and it's an Indian. Crazy. Some great news, it still has a legible date. It's gonna be from 1903. Apart from being crusty, it actually doesn't look all that bad. You can still see the features of the Indian, the feather tips. Pretty awesome. So 15 years before construction on the house started. Got a 1903 Indian head penny. If I wasn't gonna find silver, that is definitely something that makes up for it. No complaints there whatsoever. Let's go get some more. It's getting cold now and I'm seeking out the sunspots in the yard here. Gonna have to put my hoodie on here shortly. We've got a mid-70s signal shallow here. Maybe just back into the zinc and copper patch. Definitely nowhere near as deep as that Indian. That Indian was deep. Right here. And I believe that's what it is. Yeah, that's definitely a zinc penny. Coin number 56. Another zinky. Back by the bottom end of the path. And it just won't stop. Oh, I guess I already flicked it out. Another penny there. 1982 copper. That's got to be the most found date today. So many of them 82s. Coin number 57. And there's another signal about 1.5 feet away. That's probably another one. As I said, 1.5 feet away. Except this one's a little bit deeper. But it's right next to the sidewalk here. And there it is. I just popped it out. I can't see anything with the glare from the sun. What do we have? Oh, 1969 on that one. Better than the 70s. Coin number 58. Still by the path here. I got nothing but a faint chirp that sounded super deep. I thought it could just be a shallow, small target fooling the detector. So I grabbed the foot shovel, just dug a huge plug, and went down there about 7 inches. And the pinpointer is going off on the very bottom of the hole. So could I have just sniffed out a super deep old coin? We're gonna find out. This is a part of the yard where the soil is really soft and saturated through from the rain. So I'm able to get to these. And when I actually hit the path with the shovel when I was digging the side of this hole. So it's right up against it. It's deep. It is very deep. It's still staying straight down, and I'm already at about 7 inches. And when it chirped in, it did sound right around 80, but that deep, you never know. Could be a silver, could be a penny. If it is indeed a coin, seemed very small, concentrated. Let's push that scoop out here, see if we're still further down. Oh. Come on, pinpointer, don't fail me now. Oh, it is out. It's a coin. Unbelievable. That's got to be an old one. That was at about 8 to 9 inches in that soft soil. And the only reason I probably picked that up is because the ground's still saturated right there. I probably wouldn't have picked that up in the dry hard pack in the center of the yard. Unreal. Can see Lincoln on it. That's a wheat cent. Awesome. Let me get the date and I'll show you in a second. Okay, so I took this inside and cleaned it off. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to tell. Really toasty, and I think the last digit might be worn off. I'll clean it more and get it under magnification later, but I can definitely tell it is a 191 something. So it's another super old one from the 1910s. So at the very minimum, it's 100 years old. And I can't quite make out the last digit. But there it is. I think that's the 6th wheat penny to go with 1 Indian head. And that is coin number 59. At the end of the path here, where it goes out to the road, and I haven't even touched any of that dirt yet, except a little bit on this side, up to about that tree. But I came in between them here and started working underneath the boxwoods. Down in there, started getting signals again. Let's see what we got here. Another copper cent. That one rang up higher. That is going to be a high relief coin. No wonder it rang up higher. I thought this one might be silver. Or no, it's not. It is low relief. That fooled me. But of course, it's another 1982, and that is coin number 60. Check it out. So here's where I said the path ends, right? Nope. It's just grown in. I dug a hole here, and I hit the path. It's down under about an inch of dirt. And the thing about it is, it seems like these coins are on top the path, meaning that this path has probably been down here and growing over for the last quite a while, since maybe around the 80s. Because this coin is on top, and it's copper, and it's in the same date range as the other ones we've been finding. Literally on top of this old buried path. And it's 1974, coin number 61. Unbelievable. Now I want to know what's under that. Another 1.5 foot up from the last hole, and I think it did end now, but now there's all these types of rocks down here. So maybe part of an old driveway there. And right on top of it all though, there's another coin right here. It's another memorial. Probably from the 70s or early 80s again. And here comes the neighbor's, oh, just went around the corner. I'll show him, the neighbor's dog came over here. Oh, there it is, the date came through, 1982. All right, let's keep looking. Coin number 62. It's time, guys, I'm not messing around. I saved the signal that I think could be a deep silver coin right off the edge of the driveway here. Faint that way, 79, 85, 84, 88. This way it hits a little better. Wants to stay around 85, 86, 89. It's deep though, which is why the tone is dropping a little bit, like into the 70s and 60s sometimes. It's because of the depth. Yeah, that's deep. Trying to pinpoint it the best I can to make sure I'm on to it. Oh boy, I just hit asphalt right there. This is not gonna be good. No. Oh boy. Okay, I can kind of get in on that side. Oh wow. This might not be easy. What do we got down here? Yeah? Oh wow, right on the edge of the asphalt driveway. Hopefully this didn't get buried underneath it, because it's close enough that if it's down under this side, I will chip it out. And I don't even know if that's going to be deep enough to read it yet. Nothing. And that is all asphalt right here. So I'm going to have to cut the camera. I'm going to dig another probably 3 inches down that way, chip through that, and we'll see if the coin is on this side or if it's going to be on that side. Here we go. Okay, 3 to 4 minutes later, I got down to it. Please be silver. It's down right under the edge of the asphalt. Thankfully, this kind of stays more on the top, and then it kind of hollows out more on the bottom. I'm down there about 7 inches, and I had this turned off. I went inside to change my camera battery. Right down on top of it now. Just kept going kind of straight down. And we're right about there. Come on. And be careful. If it's good, I don't want to scratch it. If it is indeed a coin even. It was a good signal for that deep. Back down under this way. Moment of truth. Can barely even get the shovel down in this hole. There it is. Oh, it's a penny. Dude, that's gonna be old though. Oh, crusty little disc. All the way down there. We'll clean it off and see what it is. Most certainly that's gonna be at least a weedy. Alrighty, this coin made me really happy, and I'm gonna tell you why. So, in my earlier days of YouTube, when I was on a rampage and I did a ton of urban digging, and I had a lot of energy, I was in physically much better condition, not as many aches and pains, and sometimes, on some of my permissions, I have many times in the past, on many YouTube videos, have dug over 100 coins in a day, and one day I even dug like 240 of them. Looking in the past, don't know how I did it. A lot less filming involved. I was doing a lot more digging at the time. But I'll tell you, this is what I haven't done in quite a long time. So first of all, it wasn't finding 100 coins, but this wheat penny became part of the driveway, and after picking and chipping at all the materials that caked to it over the years, I can tell it's a 194 something. I think 45, but I'm not certain, but probably a World War II era wheat cent. But with that, I have now dug today a penny from 10 different decades. I did the 1900s with that 1903 Indian head. I dug a wheat penny from the teens, 2 of them, one from the 20s, 2 from the 30s, 1 from the 40s, 1 from the 50s, and then I got copper cents from the 60s, 70s, copper and zinc from the 80s. I don't think I found any coins from the 1990s, and then I did find that one somewhere up there from the 2000s. So that I dug pennies from 10 different decades today, spanning from the early 1900s, and you know, I struggled on the more modern ones. I didn't find one from the 1990s or one from like 2010 to present. So if I could find me a couple more modern zincs from the 90s or around the 2010s, I might be able to get myself up to 12 decades of pennies. I doubt I'll beat that 1903 Indian head today. I'm fading fast. Might be done here now. But that's coin number 63. I can't believe it. Out of all that range in years of pennies, not a single nickel, dime, or quarter. It is mind-blowing. I've never seen anything quite like this before. But then again, probably, I don't know, probably not a ton of wealth here. I did hear that the planting of these boxwoods were to supplement income around World War II. And they used to, you know, trim them off around the holidays. And, you know, I don't know if they made decorations with them, I would assume. So, some interesting history here on the property. And the story that I can tell you for certain is, for a very long time, for a span of about 100 years, there was no shortage of pennies. Oh my goodness. I thought I might be on to my first nickel, and it is a very compacted, old crushed up ball of foil. So maybe the nickel wasn't meant to be today, but I tried. Back to the driveway edge, 4 inches down for penny number 64, and it is another copper cent. A clean one though, 1975. And let me tell you, I just did a few swipes out by the road on the other area here where I haven't gone out yet, and it's just another blanket of these copper sounding signals. When will they end? I wanted to show this one because there's another one of them copper signals, but literally in the dirt that's mounded up on the side of this tree. They're just everywhere. Let's see where that one is. Can't quite read it. Yeah, that's pretty high up. It's right about there. Don't got the hand shovel right now. I guess the roots might have pushed this one up. I probably won't do this live unless I can hear it right under there. Literally wedged up in here. Who knows? Could be old. You never know. This is going to be nearly impossible to get to. All right, I'll pop it out and let you know. I just weaved down in there and popped it out with my hand digger from under the roots. And coin number 65, it's a 1978. About 2 feet away. A shallow one right here. The pinpointer was picking it up a second ago. Must be getting weaker. I think it's about right here. Let's see. Or did I miss it? Where is it at? Yeah, it's right about here. Oh, you can hear it now. Actually thought it was more shallow than it is. No wonder it wasn't picking it up good. It is going to be about 2 to 3 inches right there. Right at it now. Let's go. Probably had it in there. Yeah, there you go. Coin number 66. Another copper cent. Swinging way down under the base of these boxwoods, getting my coil down in here. Right about where they're coming out of the ground. Had a signal down in there. Let's see if this one's old. That's just another copper cent. Coin number 67. Still under the boxwoods. I think I got another zinc right here. Now hopefully that one's going to be from the 90s to add to our decade collection for today. I'll have to clean them all up later. Ooh, it looks a little bit shinier. But no. Hey, check that out though. It's a zinc variety first year. It's a 1982D zinc. So we found 82 copper and 82 zinc today. Normally don't find those. Like I said, all these zincs seem to be 1983 and earlier, I think. Or 85 it was. Yeah, that's right. 1985 and earlier. I think all the zincs but one have been between 82 and 85. So sometime around 1985, somebody littered pennies all over this lawn. Okay, going over the center portion of the yard again, a little bit off the ways from the path in the driveway. And in the center here, I'm starting to unlock some of the deeper ones now. And this could be that deep silver dime we're looking for. Ringing up high 80s, mid to high 80s. There's some junk in the ground that's wanting to pull it another direction. Let me move this and make sure it's not my shovel, because I want to try to pinpoint this properly. Yeah, my shovel was trying to pull the signal closer to it. time to dig it up. See what we got. Oh, it's still pretty soft right here. That's awesome. Oh, it's right next to it. I think another plug I dug up. Possibly. Is that a plug? That is. It's next to another signal I dug earlier today. You just keep unlocking them. I think I'm going to have to go deeper. Let's try with the hand shovel here a bit. See if it allows me to read it if we get a little deeper. Of course, this pinpointer's not treating me well today, but I just couldn't stop shooting the video. I'm going to check it with the detector, and I'll probably cut the clip. Unless it was something small that was full in the detector. I think it might have been not very deep. Could have been a piece of junk. Had my sensitivity up high, and it was just full in the detector. Just like a little piece of electrical there. Unbelievable. Oh well. I wanted to at least hit 70 coins today, so I came back over where the old sidewalk is buried. And down from that other hole where it was broken up, that must be what it was. I think the roots just broke it up because I went down further and it's still solid right here. Coming down this way, and it looks like I got a zinc, and I actually hope it's from the 1990s. Sitting down on top of there. Nope, it's still in that mid-80s range, early to mid-80s. Locked down in here, right on top. Coin number 69. It's very rare to find coins locked on top of an old sidewalk. I can't remember the last time I dug out a spot like this, maybe only once or twice ever before. But you can see right here, where I'm pushing my finger and scraping, that's the sidewalk, 2 inches down with dirt over top of it. This coin is literally sitting right on top of it because it cannot sink anymore. The zinc cannot sink. Oh, except my joke didn't work because this one's copper. Coin number 70, 1976. The sun is officially behind the hill now, so there are no sunspots left, and a little bit better on the filming. But anyway, earlier today, I let this go because it was down in some roots in an area that was super sunny, but you can see where I cut a plug earlier. I can't remember what I dug deep out of here. It might have been one of the wheat pennies, but I knew I had a faint signal super deep and off to the side of it. So I've been working on this for a little while, and I can hear it with the pinpointer now. It's way down there. So we're gonna see if we can coax it out. I don't know if it's just gonna be a wheat penny or what. Wasn't a super high signal, but low 80s. Still down there. Oh, I see something right there. That is a nice looking wheat cent. About 7 inches. Ooh, yeah. This might have been the hole that I got the 1926 out earlier. I can't remember. Looks like it's going to be a 1941. Awesome. I lost track of the wheats. I think this was maybe number 8 to go along with the Indian head. That one will actually clean up nice though. Very clear. 1941, coin number 71. Want to be on film? Huh? What do you want? Huh? Huh? What do you want? Let's find some silver. I skipped this signal because it sounded like a zinc down under roots earlier today. And I think This zinc doesn't like being close to this hemlock because that is absolutely annihilated. But once again, in that same date range, 1984, coin number 72. So I think I'm gonna end it here. I am absolutely spent. I just went out digging. I was gonna work on the house and shoot another update video today, and I'm like, let's just keep digging. So I dug, and I dug, and I dug, and I dug. And I'll do like a wrap up in another video and put it all together and try to tell the story. But I'm almost 100% certain that all but one of the zinc pennies dropped within maybe the last 10 years. The rest of the coins were all 1985 and earlier. So apart from that one coin, there was a total of 72 coins. So we had 71 coins that ranged from 1903 to 1985. That was pretty awesome. Even though every single one of them was a penny, it was still a fun day, especially with that Indian head. That was the icing on the cake. So thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye. Just a foot away, another coin. I checked the date on the last one and it was 1981. This one here is going to be another concept.